Okay, Colton, I've got the file up here, and I found the problem pretty quickly. So, um, actually, the problem is twofold. Actually, the first issue is the fact that see that little lock icon right there. This is your layer two, and you've got everything on layer two. So if I close down layer two, that's all, everything. All of this artwork resides on the same layer. That's layer two. So I pop that open and there's all the components within that layer, right? See that little icon right there? That means that layer is locked. So if I go to my type tool and I hover over, I can't do anything with that no sign, right? And that the reason for that is that is locked. So you have one or of two options here, and I recommend the first. The first option is this is all your line work, right? Layer two. So for that, I would say I would call that line work maybe. And then you can add another layer by coming down right over here to that plus sign, add another layer. And then that layer, you can call that layer text. Okay, and then you come over here and you can see your text tool is now visible. The other option here, and let me revert this. The other option is to simply, if you want to keep everything on the same layer, the text and the illustration, which I don't recommend. I recommend using separate layers. You would just unlock that, and as you can see, there's the type tool. So that is not the only issue. I discovered another issue with the file, and that's the file size. So basically what I did is I came in here to check your artboard, and I just came over here and I looked at artboard options, and I see this is set up at 8.5 by 12 points. Okay, that's a problem. I'm going to cancel that because if we go over to the course assignment page, we can see that this assignment is required to be set up as a single-sided 18-inch by 24-inch if it's vertical, or 24-inch by 18-inch if it's horizontal. Whereas over here, we're set up in something completely different. So in order to change that, you can start up a whole new file. And let me show you how to do this. If I go to File, New, and then here's my File, New, and here is where I would place my 18 inches by 24, 18 by 24 in the height. Then you can select vertical or horizontal orientation. Okay, so let me close that, and then also another thing that you can do is check your size by, I'm just going to bring up my rulers by saying Command R. And what I do, I'm going to come in, I'm going to hover in this little right-hand corner right up here, and I'll right-click, and we can see we're set up at points. So if I change that to inches, we can see now, if we go over to that artboard and click the artboard options, we can see now that this is 0.1181 inches by 0.1667 inches. So the file itself is tiny. It's only this big. Okay, and that's a problem. So what you want to do, even if you do try to place type in here, right now, let me show you what happens with these incorrect file size. I'm trying to find my character menu. Let me just go. There's type, there's character. So there's my character. So right now I can see I'm at Marriott Pro at 12 point, right? So I click this and come over here and click that. Now I can start adding type. Now the reason it's so big, even though 12 point is relatively small, is because the file size is just tiny. Okay, so my recommendation is this, is to activate and make sure that you can apply type, make sure that the layer you're applying type on is unlocked, and then also you want to reestablish or start the project over with the correct file size being 18 inches wide and 24 inches high, as we can see right here, 18 by 24. Okay, and everything should work just fine. Okay, hope this helps. Let me know. Thanks.